How's it going, fam? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with ATK's thirst trap here, and we're gonna do something today that I've been regretting doing for a long time. And I put it off because it's so annoying, but I gotta put the torque boxes in the back so we can put the rear axle in the back. And I hate doing it, but I gotta do it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in about 2 hours when I'm done this. While you're at it, I guess you can stop by blacksheepindustries.ca, check out our website. Turbos, wastegates, blow-off valves, all that good stuff. As you can see, I started cutting out that one box. It's all the mount is gone. We just need to clean it up. We'll cut out the top two over here, and then the one on the other side. What I'm gonna try and do is just cut the meat out of it first, and then try and cut the rest out of it. I had very little success with doing the spot weld trick, so I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest. I'm gonna take the grinder to it. And not the app, like the regular grinder. It's gonna be a lot of noise and a lot of grinding dust, so you know, you might as well get comfortable, man. Well, as you can see, this is 2 hours in, and all I got done was I got this left one basically taken out. We did take a chunk out of the top there. I don't know, that's just because the spot welds. I do the same thing on the other one, clean it all up, and then the upper bar can go in. But unfortunately, I didn't get the other side over there, so the bottom one still needs... It's so much work. I really regret doing this. Alright, boys, there's only so much up under the car I can handle. What's going to happen is I'm going to have to do it every now and then, just to, you know, pick at it and get it done. But I can't stay under there for like a full 5 hours. I was under there for 2 hours and barely got anything done. So we're going to start working up in the engine bay, start buttoning up some of this, start running some of the wires. And you know what? This thing could probably be running sooner than later, to be honest. So we gotta bolt down our awesome Btr Intake Manifold. This thing really makes the car. I think what we're gonna do actually is get a lot of stuff powder coated once it's done. So I would like to get probably the intake powder coated and then shave that back down. Valve covers powder coated, front covers powder coated, and the piping. I think it will make this build look a lot cleaner. And now that that's bolted in, we actually have our old Snake Eater Performance 1500s that came out of my car to go into this car. As you know, we upgraded on my car to a brand new set of injectors when we put the brand new motor in, just to make sure everything was good and awesome. Doesn't hurt to reuse these ones. And of course, our rails are already set up for these injectors, so they should just pop right in real easy. Might have been easier to put them in the top side first. Boom! There we go, we got fuel-ish. There's no fuel getting to it, it's just injectors. So because we already had the Holly, we got a custom wiring harness made by Steve at West Coast Wireworks, and we used a bunch of Deutsch connectors instead of regular, like, whatever the Holly uses. And this thing came out awesome. So this is our injector plug-in, looks like a bunch of octopus legs. But yeah, should be a lot cleaner. It does come out a little bit on the far side, but might just have to push some of this back into the body there, you know. Get back in there. Yep. Fixed it. Ooh, super awesome, silly idea. What if I run the injector harnesses under the intake manifold and then just peek them up beside all the runners, and then you can barely see the wires. That means I gotta unbolt the intake again, though. Seems like a lot of bolting on and unbolting when I build stuff. Am I doing it wrong? And I guess while we're under here, we should probably run the sensors as well, because I know some of these sensors are gonna have to go in the front, like the crank sensor down there, the coolant sensors on the other side over there, and they can also run under the intake manifold. It's just really shitty to unplug them if you ever need to pull the harness, but I guess that's what this connector's for right here. Well, we've got our octopus run underneath the intake manifold. I'm just gonna use some zip ties and some flush cutters here, zip tie it all up, and you'll see that the belly of this is gonna look like it got sucked up by an octopus. Just like that. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't hurt to just take an extra 5 minutes to do something to make it look a little bit clean. And that's why you should shave your butthole. Honestly, that's like all our engine wiring right there. We have a couple connectors up here that have to be connected. We don't have the TPS or the IAC, but both connectors are like literally right there. The cam sensor one just goes back down there. The TPS is here. Like I said, the fuel is probably just gonna go right there on the rail somewhere. The dome pressure sensor, that's for our boost control, so that's gonna go somewhere wherever the MAC valve ends up. I don't know yet, I just put it underneath. Anyways, I believe there's like a coolant temperature sensor. Oh yeah, it's plugged in already. You can't even see it. Like when you buy the right harness, this is awesome, dude. It just fits up all so nice. Everything's tucked down back behind here. We're gonna have to pin it up like on the cylinder head somewhere. And then these wires are literally just go to our coil packs where we want to mount those. Those are probably going to be like remote mounted somewhere down below. The messy part of the engine bay now is the factory wiring. Like, I don't know what this stuff here is for or what it did, but some of it can probably go too. Like all these connectors over here, I don't know exactly what these things do. That looks like a brake light or some shit, and probably headlights and stuff, but for the most part, that's clean as heck. Anyways, at a bit of a standstill now because we're waiting on intercooler piping and little miscellaneous stuffs. So I'm gonna go over my car, and I've been contemplating about it a lot because we need to lose some weight out of this thing, and now I just cut the front end off it, then I have to build a front end. And it's already busted up, like, see it moving? We towed it with it one day and broke all these welds right here, so these welds are broken off, you can see it's moving there. And it's moving on this side. So if we just cut off the front end, then we have to replace it, don't we? I think so. Let's just cut it off. I also just realized my tripod's at Tokyo's house from when we did the Malibu's 2.0. Shit. I bet this wrench works perfect on this. Boom, the exact right size. Adjustable hammer. This thing should just slide out of here. Oh no, it won't. I gotta unbolt it. Sorry. It looks as though our front fenders are gonna have to come off if we want to get cut this piece off up here. I think I'm just gonna use a grinder, not the app though. Like again, once again, not the app. But there's a power wire that runs from that box over there that goes like through the frame over here that we've got to get out, and a brake line. I mean, smart routing to begin with, but except when you gotta like take it off, then it's, yeah. Also, all our accessories here, we did this like the day before we had to go somewhere, so there are no connectors on those, so we gotta cut the wires. Also, another my bad moment. I'm just gonna cut them all at the butt connectors, and that way we can just rewire it up by adding a connector in. Super smart, Kyle. Oh, so hard. Oh, grip strength. There are some heavy duty butt connectors. Man, rib nuts are the coolest. They just work so well. Whoever invented those, thank you, man. You're the best. These were all our grounders were. But this piece is getting cut out. Haha, you're gone. Still keep the grounds though. Oh, super sexy Mishimoto radiator coming out. Might lose some water out of this when I tip it back up. It's okay, it's just water. Oh, yep. At least put it in the bucket over here, I guess. Think this is how you get it off? Maybe? Oh no. One more bolt down here. Well, that's kind of neat. Let's just run it like that. Looks way better. Gotta get this down. I don't know. We should probably tuck that somewhere else if we're gonna tube the front, but it's essentially gotta be cut off right here. I swear, I've found so many of these majiggies in the car that it's not even funny. I'm not talking about the screwdriver. I'm talking about those stupid self-tappers that use a Robinson head. Like, I understand you want to fasten stuff, dude, but you gotta stop using self-tappers, man. You used about 7 million in this car. No wonder the car weighs so much. A bunch of these majiggies here. Another one. Another one. Well, obviously I've never tube fronted anything before, but do I go in front of or behind our motor plates? Since those things are already lined up, I'm thinking if I just go on this side of them and keep the motor plates there, I can't really put anything on the other side of it anyway because the motor plate is there. So I cut it here and tube from there forward, and then cut it up here, somewhere around the strut tower, plate it up, and tube from there forward. I think we should be pretty good. I have to pull the oil filter off next, which I don't remember how to put that in. Doesn't seem very tight. Honestly, this piece doesn't weigh half as much. Ooh, bagged myself. Half as much as I expected it to weigh. So, I guess we did it for the room and the extra work. Shit. I was like, I'm going to save so much weight by cutting this piece off. And then I cut it off, and now I'm like, shh, that doesn't weigh a lot of weight. Dang it, Kyle. Dang it. Now I gotta build new tabs for my fenders and stuff. Who convinced me to do this? I think it was me, but who convinced me? So I think for me personally, weight distribution is going to be a big thing. The intercooler right now sits in the passenger seat and the icebox sits in the trunk. But if I can move all that stuff to the front and not have to add 60 pounds of ballast to the front of the car to get it to stay down, that's what we're going for here, is the fact that we don't have to add all that weight and ballast and we can move weight around and slowly take weight out. But the goal is to be 3,100 pounds-ish next time we go racing instead of 3,320. So 200 pounds less, and then we might be able to crack into the 7s on our stock bottom end, or when we put our built motor in, we should be able to hit 4s. In theory. Everything's always in theory. I'd also like to take this time to say our 45mm Black Sheep Industries Wastegates are back in stock. We were waiting on springs for a while. We got a bunch of them in stock. Make sure to go check it out, blacksheepindustries.ca. Get yours. They look awesome, beautiful, affordable prices. Piston style gate. It's just beautiful, man. And while you're there, you can check out the matching blow-off valves, our turbo line, a bunch of fabrication material stuff. It's just a great place to shop, man. But I'm about to head inside, grab some food. Virginia's actually dragging me some sort of strongman event. She actually started powerlifting not too long ago, and she's about 2 months in. If you want to see it, Alien Trash Kitty on Instagram. She did a 1.5 time body weight deadlift in a Batman suit. It's pretty funny. Anyways, peace easy, get heavy.